Hey there, veteran guardians and new light players. This is Delta 115 bringing you guys a new Destiny 2 video. So in today's video, this week is the finale of episode Echoes Act 2, and we're going to be doing the final steps for A Rising Chorus Act 2. Without further ado, let's go talk to Failsafe.
Hello again, Captain. We have an interesting metaphysical task ahead of us today. As I understand it, years ago, Osiris rescued the Saint unit we are familiar with from a Vex Simulation. In doing so, he created a paradox. The Saint unit is alive with us now, but simultaneously dead within the Vex network. The databanks of that deceased Saint unit are filled with information. Information I believe I can use to locate the conductor.
The thing is, Saint Unit will have to download the memories of his other self. Experience years of suffering. His own death. It'll be kind of awful. And he hasn't really been in a good place lately. You know?
But the conductor must be confronted. I'm sure Saint Unit will understand.
Won't he?
Oh boy. So, feel free to pause the video if you want to read this entire dialogue that Failsafe has spoken to us, but for now, I'm going to accept it. What's our next step? Explore the Sunken Cavern on Nessus and defeat the Vex who holds the code Failsafe requires. Guess we're going to be exploring Nessus. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I am at Watcher's Grave. This is the closest landing spot to get to our objective here. So we need to go to Sunken Cavern, which is located near Hollows. So let's head there now. Ooh. The rumblings have gotten much louder than last time. Okay. We're at the Hollows, so we're gonna just quickly pass them. And enter the Sunken Caverns. I wish I could bring the sparrows through, but it'll glitch and all that. Okay. So our objective is to find some Vex to kill, so that way Failsafe can generate the codes she needs. This all feels too familiar, doing that, I forgot what's that battleground back in, when was it back? Those battlegrounds back in Season 13, that's what it was. Okay, I guess those weren't the Vex. Maybe these guys. Oh, that's a lot! That's a lot of Vex. Jesus Christ. There we go. Oh, that's it? Okay, so our next step is to head back to the HELM for a message. But, okay, I wasn't expecting it that quick. I thought there was going to be like some kind of big battle or something, but I guess all that dramatic battles are going to be appearing in the later part of this video, so, can't wait, I guess. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back at the HELM to listen to a message, and we're not alone because Saint 14 is also here. So let's go see. Oh, I guess we just approach. Oh.
Guardian, Osiris, Ikora and I have made a plan. We can use what we know about the Veil and the VexNet.
The Veil? Why would you need...
We will go to my tomb. In the timeline where I died fighting the Vex. My true death.
When you were taken from me.
Yes. I can use the memories of that Saint 14. My memories.
I remember when the Vex killed my crew. Those memories will haunt me forever.
Failsafe?
I mean, it's not so bad. Except for the horrors.
Yes. Everything I learned, everything I did. I fought the Vex for many, many years.
I remember.
Ikora thinks we can use the data to find this conductor and secure the Echo.
No. I won't. We can find another way. Failsafe.
It must be done. So I will do it. Ikora told me I was once the Vex's greatest opponent. She said I should remind them.
I need to think. This can't be the only path left to us.
The Saint unit has already made up his mind.
He needs you right now? You know he can't do it without you, right?
Oh boy. Alright, so our next objective is to enter the Vex network with Saint 14 in Mission Shell on Nessus. It's not here, so it's gonna be on the Nessus destination. Yep. There it is.
Saint will join us shortly. We seek access to his tomb.
We are grave robbing.
That is one way of putting it.
The interim Saint unit is still VexNet. Their memory core is a back channel into the network.
Saint must understand there are no lesser versions. Only expressive tessellations of what could be. And facing his death again is the cost of that revelation. Well, so be it.
Alright, we're in. Oh, this is where...
Nessus reshapes itself around this Vex fluid. Soon, we will hardly recognize it.
Okay, so we are taking place after the final battleground, which was Battleground Core, so we're gonna delve deeper.
The Infinite Forest was on Mercury. How do we reach it from here?
The access here is somewhat like an archive, imprinted into the magnetic field of Nessus.
The Vex used Nessus for defunct digital storage. They kept trying to plug me into it. And wow, is exposing me to their connection protocols going to backfire? They could have predicted that.
What did you mean about the data here being defunct?
The Guardian pulled you from a point before your death to a point after it. To the Vex, that temporal event is a defunct anomaly now, non-existent within this timeline. So it is kept here, stored in Nessus's memory.
Okay, so...
The details that separate him and I, if they fade away, will I be his shadow? Or will he be mine?
I can't answer that for you. You're you. Were you less you before today? I tore open time for you.
I suppose.
Okay, so far these harpies aren't attacking me. So... that's a good sign. But still, I have a feeling they're gonna kill me. Oh yeah. Look at that. There are 3 Minotaurs shielded, so... Yep. Hi! Oh, they hit really bad. Oh.
You should be near the access point, Guardian. Locate a conflux.
Well, I'm right there, so let's do that.
They will react to our attempt to breach the tomb.
Yes, they're doing that now.
Okay. Yep. There's a lot of harshness.
Exactly as complex as I anticipated. I'm almost in.
Oh my god, I'm almost dead. Oh, that's a lot. Oh. These are a new type of fibers.
I'm in.
Now to learn of the man I was, and will be. Osiris. Why did they keep my body?
Respect. They honor you with a perfect preservation. There's no replacing you, Saint. Even the Vex recognize that.
The Vex are very meticulous.
But also weirdly sentimental.
Alright. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. The body of Saint 14. Last time I saw this body was back in Curse of Osiris. Man. Seeing this again, nostalgia yet... I don't know. It's weird coming back here, but we're here for an objective. Let's get this over with. So I'm guessing there's going to be some emotional talk, so I'm going to mute my mic for this.
There.
Wait.
When I searched for you in the infinite forest, I saw this again and again. You, entombed, taken away from me, perhaps forever. When finally I found you, I thought I would never have to see it again.
I am here, Osiris. You told me that I am real.
So is he. Do it. Remember the Vex. But also how much I loved you in that timeline, too. Saint!
I see it. I tear through the Vex. They cannot stand against me. They hesitate. They are afraid of me. Oh. Then Geppetto is hurt. I try to protect her, but I am too late. I pull a Minotaur apart with my bare hands. But soon, I fall. lifting me up.
I lose my senses. I cannot feel my body. My vision blinks in and out.
Stop. Please.
I am on this slab, but I have one final feeling. A memory of us. Together. I am bringing you tea. I watch you take a sip. It is too hard, but you smile. That is my last thought. My phoenix. I am gone. But no! Here I am! With both of you. I am Saint 14! The Conductor cannot hide from me anymore. Failsafe!
I have the coordinates, Saint Unit.
Good luck.
So, I guess that's it. That is pretty
Saint
emotional.
Unit, Captain, I have achieved coordinate lock. I'm rerouting the Conductor's radiolaria flow to this location.
Okay, I guess that's our cue to go. Oh, it's so weird seeing two Saints, but... objective's done, let's go. So, with that done...
So, hey, while redirecting the Conductor to you, they were real in there. I pulled some other Vex along, and you're surrounded. Maybe we can reason with them?
Yes, Guardian. Reason them with the big guns. I will protect Osiris until the way is clear.
Captain, I am patching in cover. Eyes up.
Oh, I see that. Oh, yeah, I'm dead. I'm dead. Almost got it. There we go.
Violence succeeded where diplomacy failed. And I got that pesky pump door open before the Vex cut our connection. You have a clear path to the Conductor.
Excellent work, Failsafe. Now it is us telling them what to do.
Yeah, sorry
The
about my...
Conductor's signal approaches. Nessus groans under the yoke of its new cultivator.
Let us see if they can produce answers or only questions.
Okay, sorry about that before I got interruptedly rooted by their conversation. Yeah, sorry about my death. If I hadn't got my super, then yeah, it would have been different. But anyways, we cleared the boss, we are here, and oh my god. Whoa. Look at this place. Jeez Louise, I guess that must be the echo there? I could be wrong. It's... wow. Just wow. And I have a feeling there's gonna be a cutscene, so... let's find out.
Lakshmi?
Is a facsimile its archetype? No, I am Maya Sandrash. But we have already met.
Sundaresh. So this is what happened to you after Neomuna, after your experiments with the Veil.
I know what you can do with the Echo of Command.
I will not allow you to raise an army of Vex.
I'm doing what I've been called to do.
The Vex called to you.
Humanity called to me. The collapse, the Black Fleet is finished. Now we can look back to what we've lost. Radiolaria is the means to this end. It represents the smallest unit of consciousness. A trillion formless minds, notes in a symphony of thought. Each one begging for direction, for a conductor. Nessus will be converted. The radiolaria I command will be spread throughout the system. I will deliver us a golden age. And if you stand in the way of progress, I will break you down into more compliant elements.
We are not your Vex.
You will be.
Get us out of here, now!
Wow, that was one fun mission, seeing the real Saint 14, or a copy of Saint 14, and the cutscene revealing the conductor as Maya Sundaresh. But her appearance, I thought her appearance was going to be human, but I guess when you go through the Vex portal, it changes your physical appearance of human into machine, so that's why it took a face of Lakshmi 2 instead of, you know, the real face of Maya Sundaresh. But yeah, it was theorized that Maya Sundaresh is going to be the conductor. I kind of know it through Veil containment logs from Lightfall, but I wasn't so sure if they were true or not. I just listened and that's all. So I guess that theory had been proven true. So now that the mission and the cutscene are done, our next step is to talk to Saint 14 at the tower hangar, which we are here right now. I wonder how he'll react now that he saw.
Ah, Gloria. Maya Sandaresh, risen from the Vex network. She has Lakshmi's face. Osiris tells me it must be a mask she feels comfortable wearing. Well, it did not comfort me. And today was already filled with ghosts of the past. Guardian, before I claimed the memories of the other me, I was afraid. I was already filled with doubt, and I thought I might lose myself. But as his thoughts merged with mine, it was as though I lived through his centuries of struggle. And my feelings, our feelings, were in perfect harmony. And suddenly, all questions the conductor put in my mind were answered. It does not matter if I am the real saint or the true saint. Every me is me. So, when Maya tried to command me again, I used my truth to push her away. But she still forced me to my knees. She is growing stronger. We must return to stop her, but she has blocked our access. Failsafe is working on a way through, and when she finds it, I will be ready.
So, feel free to pause the video if you want to read this entire dialogue that Saint 14 has spoken to us. But for now, I'm going to pick up my reward, which is Saint 14's shotgun. Perfect paradox. Ooh, it's good perks too. Okay, what's our next step? Oh. Actually, let me read it in detail, because it's gonna go away. Episode Echoes Act 2 complete. Failsafe will contact you when Act 3 begins. So that's it. That concludes the quest on Rising Chorus Act 2. Completing the Act 2 story. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, with the quest officially completed, there are some leftover stuff to do. First off, we have a radio message that is available every weekly reset. So I'm going to mute my mic and let you guys hear the message. Despite with Captain Jacobson croaking in the middle of it, so bear with it.
The research on Yomuna's Veil facility is complete. As the report is lengthy, I will summarize. Maya Sandarish and Chioma Essie were a married pair of researchers in the Golden Age. Their work often touched on the Vex. They found an object on Neptune that whispered to Maya in her own voice. That artifact, the Veil, is of the darkness, as the Traveler is of the light. Maya grew obsessed with it. Chioma grew afraid. In her compulsion to study the Veil, Maya took no heed of any risks or of Chioma's doubts. Humans under her command died. Exominds were wiped. Maya wanted a chorus that could channel the power of the Veil. And to control that chorus, she built an imprint of herself named Lakshmi. Soon afterwards, Maya entered the Vex network. She left no trace. Chioma exiled Lakshmi, shut down all Veil research, and redacted it from Neomuna's history. In a final act, Chioma entered the network herself. Other Mayas and Chiomas were already inside, simulated hundreds of times by the Vex. It's possible that the Echo brought many Mayas together into the Conductor. Or perhaps only the first. There is no way to know which, if any, directed the Conductor's actions. But it would be folly to underestimate any Maya Sandarish.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, there is another quest we can do before concluding this video, and that is the quest called Specimen ID NES 006. Now, to access that quest, you're gonna go to Failsafe here at the helm, go to the research base. You'll notice this proximity sensor alert here. All you have to do is acquire it, and it's tracking. So once you acquire this, open your map, go to your destinations on Nessus, it should show up here or something like that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I am playing Echo Battlegrounds, and the reason why I'm doing this is where the Specimen is. I thought it was in, exploring Nessus, but I was wrong. It's in a battleground, doesn't matter which one. As long as you use the proximity sensor, it'll be easy to find. So, I'm trying to find where it is. Okay. Okay, it's getting closer, okay. Oh, here it is. Got it. Now, this is Battleground Conduit. You'll find it here, or it could be somewhere else. But in other battlegrounds, use the proximity sensor to help you navigate. I don't know the exact coordinates for the other battlegrounds, but I wish you guys good luck using the proximity sensors. So once you pick up the specimen, head back here to the HELM to talk to Failsafe. And once you do, the quest Specimen ID NES 006 will be available. So let's read the description here. You place the new specimen in one of Failsafe's research bays. Oh, this looks like a good one, Captain. I would like to extend my gratitude to you for your continued participation in our shared project. Failsafe's voice turned wistful. If only the HELM had enough space for us to keep going forever. So, once you read this dialogue, you get the quest, which is a 5-step quest. So, our first step, once I mark it down, don't need this anymore. So, our first step is this. This specimen is a Vex weapon of some kind. However, it is yet impossible to pinpoint what kind of Vex wielded it. Defeat combatants with sidearms or auto rifles to narrow down the weapon's projectile type. Defeating other guardians grant bonus progress. So, let's go kill some Vex. Or other enemies. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm already on Nessus, and I've completed the first step of Specimen ID NES 006. So, as it says here, basically you need to defeat combatants with either sidearms or auto rifles. I've used my Reckless Oracle, which is my favorite Void auto rifle, and I went around Nessus killing Vex and other enemies. I killed around maybe 100 or 200, give or take. But once you reach this objective, we move on to quest step number 2 of the quest, as follows. The weapon is calibrated to do medium amounts of damage. The next step to narrowing down its source is identifying its damage type. Defeat combatants with arc or solar damage to provide a signature reading. Defeating other guardians grants bonus progress. Okay, so now that I killed, I think around 100 or 200 enemies with arc or solar, I was using Thunderlord because it's arc. Our next step is this. The specimen appears to deal arc damage through a modified power source. Generate orbs of power to generate some potential comparison data for Failsafe to study. Orbs generate in Crucible or... Sorry, let me just extend that. Orbs generated in Crucible or Gambit generate bonus progress. So actually, let's see how much I can generate. Alright, now that we completed the Orbs of Power, which you need 100 Orbs of Power, let's head back to the HELM and talk to Failsafe. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back at the HELM, so let's go and speak to Failsafe.
Okay, so that was the most violent research I've ever seen.
And it was worth it.
Now we know the Conductor's Vex use Minotaurs to override frames with combat protocols. We can use that while you're on missions to force high data mines to fight us instead of hiding.
Which is dangerous because they have lasers, but lucrative because they have the most data.
Alright, feel free to pause the video if you want to read the dialogue that Failsafe has spoken to us, but let's read the specimen and its report. So, specimen name is a simulated torch hammer. Report summary: this weapon is commonly wielded by Minotaurs, but its energy signature is fragmentary. It has been experimented on repeatedly. Research instrument fabricated. Combat protocol override. Detects the presence of high-value targets in Echo battlegrounds. Defeat the high-value targets for bonus rewards. Ooh. That sounds nice. So let's go pick up our specimen here. And our final step for this quest is to place it in the helm. So we have to place it in the research bay, which is telling us to put it right here. There it is. And that's the end of Specimen ID NES 006 quest. I almost said 001, but it's 006. And that's the end of the video, ladies and gentlemen. This concludes Act 2 of Episode Echoes. As for Act 3, which is the final act for Episode Echoes, if I go to my Season Pass, Act 3 will be released in 27 days. So what you can do while we wait is you can stockpile seasonal challenges, so that way you can level up your Season Pass by the time Act 3 is released later on. Or you can wait for the summer event called Solstice. I think it's available next weekly reset, because I don't know the release date yet, but once Solstice is released, it's available for all players to play. Whether you're a veteran or a new light, it's available for all players. Or if you don't want to do any of these, you can take yourself a breather, relax, go touch some grass, and wait for 27 days to come back and, you know, resume Act 3. And that's pretty much it. So, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe, and check out my YouTube channel for the latest Destiny 2 and other gaming content. And also, if you want to get notified and for extra content, you can check out my socials, which the links will be down in the description box below. That is all, my fellow Guardians. This is Delta 115, signing out.